Now that you know how N8n works, how do you integrate it into a website, for example? Maybe even use it as your entire backend? Well, it's actually quite simple. Because N8n can work on webhooks, you could just use a bunch of webhooks. And it really is that simple. Here I have a simple login page, and I have a sheet with a bunch of usernames, emails, and passwords. Now, let's turn on my webhook, copy this, and log in. There we go. Our webhook ran successfully. It returned to us a password, which we then compared with this password, and then it allowed us to log in. Now, the same thing, it just read from the Google Sheets for a specific email, and then allowed us to log in. And that's simple. Now, how does this work? It's actually really easy. So, if we look here, we run a script. It's just some simple HTML. And here under the uh, login function, a register function, this is the register function, you just send a web request to this URL, and you send a body type so that your N8n can read what it's supposed to do. So here you send in the username, email, and password as so that N8n can register you, and then it um sends a response. So the response is uh ERR for error or okay. If no error occurred, you could be more specific with the responses, and you should be more specific. For example, wrong password, um, or email, or for example, email already exists in the database, and the login also just sends a request here. It gets a response, and then um it uses the response data to see if the passwords are equal. So it's actually quite simple. We just connected N8n to a database, and it wasn't that hard. Again, thank you for watching, and bye bye.